Here we go.
All right.
We're live.
Are we in? I'm gonna chuck my headphones on.
Hello, everyone. If anyone's here right now,
Hello.
got
Let me see
four
if I can
viewers.
find. They came. They want to hang out with us. How exciting!
How is everyone doing
Um,
in the chat?
I'm struggling to find the chat. Give me 1 second. I'm used to doing Twitch live streams. I've
Oh,
never done a
really?
YouTube live stream, so
This
this
is my
is
first ever live stream, full stop.
this is very exciting.
5
How
viewers.
do I find it? Go live and they will come. I'm on YouTube. Your name is Ellis,
It is indeed.
and I can't find this. Does YouTube live stream on mobile? They must. They must.
I hope so.
I'm a YouTube noob, which is like the worst thing to say working at Monstercat.
Wait.
Are you private?
Yes.
There you go.
Here we go.
How did all these people get in then?
I don't know. Hello, everyone. Okay, we've got
Hello.
one viewer so far.
All right. Okay. I'm in.
All right, cool.
Friends.
Can you see how many people are in?
I see one.
One. Hello.
But I think it's delayed. That's why. I think we're...
Okay.
Oh, yeah. We have one friend. Hubram, official. Welcome. You are our first friend. Oh, no. We got more. People jumping in here. Cool.
We'll just
so
wait.
let's give them a second.
Yeah.
Let's
chill for a bit while people enter.
Exactly.
Here we go. I can actually speak in the chat.
Perfect. Go YouTube.
As we were just saying, this is my first ever live stream ever. So, yeah, let's fingers crossed that this goes well.
Oh man, how you doing? How's it going?
I'm good, bro. How are you doing?
I can't complain. It's like a nice sunny day in Vancouver.
Yeah, well, you're back in the office.
Doesn't happen very often. Yes, I am in the Monstercat HQ, which has been
guys.
somewhat abandoned for the last year and a bit, with everyone working from home. But it's nice to kind of like come back and see the old stomping ground and stuff. And we'll be back in here pretty soon.
That's wicked. How big is the office? I've never been.
We have about 50 people who work out of here. There's 5 offices kind of just like tucked away in a little corner in Vancouver. It's nice. It's crazy. I mean, I've been with Monstercat for 7.5 years. And the size of the team back then compared to what it is now is like crazy. I think I was like employee number 8 or 9.
Wow.
And we now have like
You're an
60
OG,
people.
Man. You're an OG.
Oh man. As OG, yeah. Don't date me there. I got the grays to show it. No, dude, it's crazy. Company's doing well and growing, releasing lots of music. It's been great, man.
So for those that don't know, do you want to explain your job role to everyone in the chat?
Yeah. So my name's Orri. Hello, YouTube chat. I am the music director at Monstercat. So basically, my job is to make sure that all you lovely people get music, that all of our lovely artists like Mr. Ellis here are happy and achieving their goals and growing and all that fun stuff. And so, yeah, I work with the A&Rs just to kind of outline the portfolio strategy, which sounds very corporate, but it basically just means what music we want to sign, what artists we want to work with, and making sure that all that gets kind of done and through the system here. Which is actually how we met. You came to our ADE show in 2019, and we had a great chat, a great hangout, listening to some tunes.
Coffee,
yeah, nice little coffee. That was good, man. I miss you, dude. I think that was
bro. That's
really
the last time we saw each other. The
I think that
first
was the last time I saw anybody.
Yeah. Hopefully ADE this year will go ahead. All right, let's quickly check the chat. How is everyone doing?
Yeah, we got quite a few people.
It's a wonderful Friday evening or Friday morning or Thursday morning
for me.
wherever you are.
can we get like a show of hands or drop some silly emojis if you submitted a remix for Orbit? Let's I'm curious how many producers we have in here and how many people are just here to hang out.
What's up, Akib? How's it going?
I'm not seeing any emojis yet, but we might be delayed. I think we're like up to 50 people now.
Oh, nice. So, I mean, we're going to run through a couple of the remixes. I've only heard some of them once, so we're going to get through as many as we can today. Apologies if we don't play them all, because we probably won't, because there was a lot. But, yeah, just to...
Do you actually know how many?
No, I literally have no idea, but I tried to check it every morning for the past month or so and just have a quick
listen. Were quite a few.
Yeah.
I think we were like across the 100 mark for sure. There were quite a few submissions. We've narrowed it down to some ones that caught Ellis's attention. But like you mentioned, you haven't listened to them all in full yet. So you'll see surprise reactions, the drama, the excitement.
Truthful reactions. Yes.
It's that should be a lot of fun. Cool, dude. Let's maybe before we jump into it, let's talk about Orbit.
Yeah, let's do it.
What a tune! What a great record. How did you? I mean, I'm kind of curious how you always come up with your ideas around songs, but where did Orbit come
from? I was listening to a lot of like French house, the electro kind of stuff from mid 2000s, like early to mid 2000s, so like Justice and even like the Daft Punk stuff and the more modern stuff like Le Maitre and stuff like that. And I think one day I was just listening to it and I was like, why don't I just try and do something like this? I don't know if I can kind of fit it into my style, but I'll try it. And I made the first idea, which was the drop. And then I went back to it like probably 2 months later and just fleshed it out and just kind of put it all together and made it sound a bit more Ellis-y. And then my friend Sam, who usually sits right there on his desk, helped me write the top line for it. And then it just literally developed into that. It ended up being this very disco, very, early 2000s French music. That was the biggest inspiration for this tune, for sure.
Dude, I was really excited when you guys sent it over because that era that you talk about, like that era is everything to me, and I think it's a sound that dude, I mean, this is gonna sound weird. I want to say I was your age, but like for me, that was like when I really discovered like a devotion and like complete and utter like admiration for dance and electronic music. And I was kind of like, getting out of high school in my early 20s. And that was like really the sound that was dominating kind of right before the big North American explosion of dance music. And dude, like, coming from being like a little punk rock kid in high school and then like discovering electronic music and to that degree and seeing kind of this fusion of like, dark, gritty, energetic mixed with like great melody and like just that grit that sound has. I love it.
It's
I absolutely
so cool,
love it. So you smashed it with this one, dude.
Thank you.
Really did.
I would have loved to have been around like and grown up at my age for that sort of music. I think that would be like my idea.
Really cool. It was really cool. Actually, if we can like bore people on chat here for a little bit, like a real turning point for me was, in high school, I loved Daft Punk, but that was in the like Discovery, like the album Discovery era, which was before they went like a bit grungier with like Robot Rock and like records like that. And so being like into that, and then like bands that I loved was like Death from Above. That was like a band that I absolutely loved. And there was this Japanese exclusive remix pack that Death from Above did for one of their albums. And it brought on all these like French electro artists. So like Justice had a remix on there, and like Sebastian Tellier, and like all these dudes that like, it really was like, oh wow, like I see the overlap of these two sounds. And then like Mastercraft came out, which was one of the guys from Death from Above, and it just kind of like cascaded into this sound of electronic music.
It was so cool.
So cool.
I love how
Super.
it's all French as well. I just think that's so cool that they literally managed to create an entire sound over there.
I mean, no one does it better than the French.
No, man, they really don't.
As a Canadian and as a Brit, I think we can both agree that
both say that,
no one does it like the French.
Who here is from France in the chat? Is anyone here from France?
They will let us know. Give us a oui in chat if you're from France.
Oui.
We'll see. We'll get back to them.
Right.
Cool. Dude, shall we dive into our first remix?
Let's do it in no particular order. We're going to go through these. So
all right.
The top one is by Loust. So let's give it
Loust. See what Loust got.
Also in the chat, if people can just say whether they can hear everything okay, and then we can just go ahead with it.
Yeah, I hit play and then I'll do a little audio check.
Turn it up. Nice chords. Nice.
Ooh.
Very high
those chords in the background.
Yeah, super nice. It's quite chill. That's nice, that little bell sound. Nice.
That lead is like very well put together.
Yeah.
I dig that.
It really reminds me of Haywire, that sound. Nice chords.
I kind of like the pitch down vocal.
Yeah, it definitely puts it in a new little world, I think. Nice.
But it keeps a lot of your like musicality. Like I didn't feel like that was something completely out of your style wheelhouse. I dig that.
Yeah, big ups, Laos. That is wicked. I really like the chords. Nice little spin on the chords, and that little kind of. If we can go back to a sec. The chords here are really nice. This one. That's cheeky. Okay.
That's dope. I dig it. I don't even have any feedback for that. That was very enjoyable.
Yeah, I really don't have much feedback other than there was a little thing I noticed. That bit there, the "Let's Lose Our Minds" little vocoder bit, it clashes a little bit for me, but that's only a minor thing. But yeah,
that's something only you will notice.
Yeah, nice one, Loust. Very cool stuff.
Good stuff. All right, who we got next?
Next up in the list is Disfing. I think that's how you pronounce it. Disfing. If you're in the chat, let me know if I pronounce that correctly. Disfing.
You'll never pronounce them correctly, dude.
All right, let's listen to this. Okay.
We gon' make you move from side to side. We gon' make you lose all inside your mind.
This is really cool.
We gon' get you through this just for one more high. So baby, let's orbit tonight. We gon' make you move
Okay.
from side to side.
Whoa.
That's heavy.
Make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this just for one more high. So baby, let's orbit tonight.
Oh, here we go. It's got like a res vibe to it.
This is unexpected.
Here we go.
Okay.
That's heavy. It's angry, isn't it? It's very aggressive.
It's not what I would expect for this song, but really well executed.
Nice.
Definitely a contrast here.
Yeah.
Brings it back to the melodic.
We gon' make you move from side to side. We gon' make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon'
The atmosphere is really nice in the break as well.
Yeah, I think chat's really feeling this one.
Oh, really? Let's see if I can check. Oh. Bit trappy. Oh. Nice. This is cool, man.
So many different sections
Yeah.
and different compartments. I dig it. I dig it.
That's wicked how the second drop is very different to the first one as well. I like that. Alright, sick remix.
Dude, really, really good. Wow, I'm impressed. Man, Label Radar never, ever disappoints. Their community is like absolutely insane.
That's crazy, man.
Damn.
That's so heavy.
I dig it.
I mean, I love
it's-
how the I mean, let's say Disping for the sake of this conversation. I love
That's
how
his name now.
this thing like kept the slap bass and stuff in, and the kind of groove of like the that's really cool how you kept that in, I think. The only bit for me, I think, was after the drop where it goes into those big saw chords. It seems just a little bit too piercing, I think, maybe for my ears.
Okay.
What do you
Yeah, I
think,
mean,
Brad?
even like those in the first half of the drop, those first like couple of like long held bass notes were really like gritty and full, and I would maybe say like kind of tone that down, but it gives it that like raw aggressive feel. So, yeah,
major
stylistically it
res
works.
vibes. Major res
Mm-hmm.
vibes. Really.
I find what's
sick,
interesting about that one too is, with Label Radar, you get a 20-second snippet that you have
Yeah.
to select. And like, what 20-second snippet of that do you select? Like, there's so many different cool, unique sections. No, that was really dope.
I think it was the drop. I remember hearing that on my phone. Like, I've not heard it on monitors until now, but that slaps. The mix down's really tight as well. Nice one.
Sweet. 2 for 2. I like it.
Dope. All right, so we've got Thorn Flip next. So I'm assuming this is Thorn's remix.
All right. It's weird hearing elements from the original or the other one.
Yeah.
Like, took it in a totally different.
Here we go.
So baby, let's up it tonight.
It's fast.
Yeah. Lot of energy. Lot of energy.
Gonna make you move from side to side. We gon' make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this just for one more high. So baby, let's orbit tonight.
Oh.
This is my vibe.
Really? Damn.
What now?
Yeah. Here we go. Here we go.
Let's lose
Damn.
Nice, man. So
Like, this
much
would go
energy.
off live.
Yeah, this is the
would go
live
off
version, man.
live.
This is so heavy. Cool. I'm assuming this is the outro. So. Damn. I'm happy to hear like somebody bring Orbit into that kind of tempo range, because I think that's the only danger with it, is it has the slower BPM range, like maintains the groove. So like, how do you kind of speed that up? But mate, that was sick. Fair play, Thorn.
Well, and kudos to everyone, given the lockdowns and like, I mean, I haven't been to a concert or a show and just as long as everyone else, but like to kind of like sit down and bring that, energy and emotion in a time when like live is not like that takes a lot. I feel like a lot of artists are slowing their music down because of like the state of things. So that was refreshing and awesome and a lot of fun.
Respect to Thorn. That was sick, man. That I love how you didn't overcomplicate that either. It was it was quite easily kind of distinguishable on what section was what, and really, really sick, man. Please send me an extended mix of that.
Yes.
Right. Moving on, we have Manu Hernandez. I think that's how you pronounce his name. The Manu Hernandez remix.
We're getting funky.
Yeah, it's like Mojo vibes.
Totally. This is Lady. I dig it.
Yeah.
type of Spotify playlist that this would fit perfectly in.
I want to hear that
Perfectly.
playlist, man. I want to hear that playlist.
I will send it to you. I will send it to you. I'm like a disco fiend.
Bro. Yes, I've got to hear that.
From side to side, we gon' make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this just for one more high.
This is a great vocal.
It is, man. When it's
Great
played
vocals.
in context with other things, it
Yeah.
still stands out. I really like it.
Yeah.
We gon' make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this just for one more high. So baby, let's all make tonight.
Here we go. It's like defected, like I imagine myself at
Yeah.
defected Croatia or something listening to this.
Just take me to the pool.
Yeah, it's literally a beachside.
Show
tune,
me
isn't it?
to the pool. This is like a 2 drinks in hand kind of song.
Yeah, man. Just vibing with your sunglasses on. I love this.
Okay. I can do that. Let's vibe with sunglasses.
Yeah, bro. Cool. Dope. Again, completely different world again, but very sick.
Yes.
I'm a sucker
I
for
have
that sort of
feedback.
music. Go.
I have feedback. So the like disco melody kind of like vibe section, there was like 1 bar melody, a 2nd bar melody. Well, back to the one. So it was like A, B, A, B,
Yeah.
A, B, and the entire phrase was just A, B, A, B, A,
Yeah.
B. I think bringing in a little bit more of differentiation, like A, B, A, C, or sorry, A, B, A, D, or like something
Yeah.
like that would make it feel a bit more dynamic as
I agree.
the drop
I
is
totally
a
agree.
little lengthy, you know?
It's really
That's
well
my-
produced. I think it, like what
Mhm.
Orri said, it's at times it felt a little bit repetitive, I think. Even just adding in like a string that comes in and out, or like anything, or like elements like effects, or I don't know. You
Mhm.
can add in tiny little things to just fill out the project and just make the sections feel a little bit more distinguishable, I think.
Mhm.
But overall,
Yeah, and I
great
think,
remix.
Disco sound is interesting because it oftentimes, especially like disco house, it feels very sampled, right? And so if you
Yes.
can bring in a little bit of dynamic elements, it feels more like instrumental, more like it's played and less just chop,
Yeah, I mean,
sample.
a great example would literally be Lady by Mojo, because it is the sample repeats throughout the entire track and the vocal comes in and out, but the thing that changes is the bass line, like that
Yeah.
such an iconic bass line, but that only comes in the chorus. So that's how you can, as the listener, distinguish between the two sections.
Do you know the song Darlin' by Arno Cost and
Yes,
Norman
yes.
Duray? It reminds me of that song
Yeah,
as
it
well. It's
really
got a very
does.
similar content. Oh man, that is the
Dope.
first song on that playlist that I'm going to send you.
Yes, I can't wait to hear this. Yeah, big
Sweet.
up Manu Hernandez. Someone in the chat said, reminds me of Music Sounds Better With You. Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
I love how you can kind of bring a track like that into that world. I think that's sick. Nice work.
Mhm.
Okay,
Very nice work.
next we have Magnus's remix. So I actually know Magnus, so let's give this a listen.
Oh.
Okay, very slow. Or is it very fast? That's the question.
So baby, let's open tonight.
It's very
we go.
Alive 2007.
Yeah.
Not this part. Not this part. The first part.
Yeah. Drum and bass, I'm imagining.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay. That's stingy,
Okay.
man. That's cool. Nice. Vibes in.
Dude, this vocal, man.
Yeah.
I think that's
We're
something
gonna be
that's blown
sick
me
of
away
this
the most.
vocal, man. We're gonna be
No,
sick
but
of this vocal.
I'm not though. We've heard 5 remixes and I'm like
Yeah.
more of it.
So baby, let's orbit tonight. We gon' make you move from side to side. We gon' make you lose, oh, inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this. Just one, so baby, let me give.
Nope.
Fire. Right. What do you
That's
think,
sick.
Orri?
That was sick. That was. I feel like every time I say that was so unexpected, but that was
That
really unexpected.
was unexpected. It started off really slow, so I was like, where is this going? But okay.
Yeah.
Drum
I
and
think
bass.
we've heard like every genre that I thought I'd hear with this remix group, but like that was completely left field, and that was dope. I mean, like, you know, D&B is hard to do right, and it's something that's that complex. It's hard to keep it like tight and clean. And
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just the coffee in me, but like I was amped.
Yeah.
It was dope.
That's sick, man. That literally makes me want to go to a Monstercat showcase at ADE. That's what
Well,
it reminds me of.
let's make that happen, dude.
Yes,
Let's make that-
please,
everyone in
please,
chat, you're all invited.
please.
Let's go hang out in AD.
Nice work, Magnus. That was tight. Guys,
Yeah.
how is the internet connection? Because on my end, it's telling me that it's terrible, but it looks like it's still fine.
I think you're good. Something froze for me for a second. I don't know if it was me or you, but
I think we're good. I think
let's
we're good.
chug on. Let's chug on.
Right. Okay. Next remix is by Xterra. I'm just going to skip the intro.
Okay.
It's got that like stamped record, Seth Hill's Blinders kind of vibe to it.
I feel though that either it's the wrong kick, like I would just use a different kick, or the kick and the sub bass aren't glued together as much as I'd like them to be.
I'll listen out for that in the next drop. Yeah. Oh.
See what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. I think it's the like the 808 type bass, like the really punchy bass is clashing a little bit with the kick. And maybe the kick is a little bit too clean for this sort of style.
I think that's what it is. It's like the wrong kick.
Yeah. Something a little bit more that has like that saturated, like crunchy top end. Like, I guess a good reference would be something by like TV Noise. Their kick drums are always so like, they almost sound distorted, like completely distorted, but then they still have that punch to them. It's really cool. I think like the idea is really solid, and I totally understand the direction of it. But I think maybe like that kind of drop melody could be cleaned up a little bit. Like maybe some of the notes could be taken out to like even add more effect.
Yeah.
What
overall though, a very, very nice interpretation.
100%. Again, in another
Sweet.
new world. Nice work,
Yes.
Xterra. Okay, so the next remix is by Macalor. Okay, different key. Is this the first one we've had in a different key?
Oh yeah. Ooh, I'm getting like Caught in the Rays.
Yeah, I literally
vibes.
just thought the same. Very nice. Chord progressions are on point today, guys. Oh.
Where is this gonna go?
Don't know. Okay. Funky.
Very clean.
Yeah, very clean. Very clean. On first listen, first thing I'd say is it's definitely quieter than the other remixes,
Yeah.
master-wise, but that's just a mastering thing. I really like the chords in this remix. I think this is my favourite chord progression so far. I think this section seems a little bit empty, or maybe like I think because the tempo's much slower, it just needs something else to kind of fill that out.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's very it's probably the most musical one we've had. Cool. I definitely recognise the drop melody from somewhere. I'm not sure where it is.
Oh.
Super funky though. Okay. I love the ending. Sick. Okay.
It's funny because when you're like a producer who's, you know, like you're all about the chord choices and whatever, sometimes just different is like the most exciting thing. You know?
Yeah.
Anytime somebody does something unexpected, like
I really didn't expect those chords. I think like hands down, out of all the ones we've listened to so far, it's my favourite one music wise, as in like the chords and the little vocal thing that you added in the second build. I think it was. That's really cool. I think like sonic wise, it like I said, it feels a little bit too quiet. It feels like it could be just sound a bit bigger almost. Whether that's something to do with layering or I don't know. What do you think, Orri?
What I thought was interesting about it was it sounds like it's not made by somebody who makes like EDM like arrangements and songs. Like it sounds like somebody who comes from a slightly different side of production, but the arrangement was still like a dance track arrangement, which is why I think we were getting a lot of comments that parts feel empty or parts feel like they maybe drag on a little bit. It's because like when you're not doing like a full crammed compressed kind of production, you don't need to necessarily follow that same thing of like bridge and then a little bit of a build and then like all that kind of stuff. You can get a bit more creative, I think. So that would be my one piece of feedback is if you're gonna strip it back like that, then like get crazy with how you arrange it and like don't think about it like an EDM too.
Yeah, I mean a good example would be with the Don't Say You're Sorry remix competition. I think Jack Shaw really did that well. He kind of just flipped the arrangement on its head, and it clearly wasn't like an EDM track. It was a very interesting take on it, which this one reminds me of that. But I think you're right. Maybe it's the structure, or there's something in it that just, I think because the tempo is so slow compared to all of the others, that it felt like it was missing something. But you're right, that could definitely be a structural thing. So yeah, but really sick work, and it was super clean mixed down as well. Cool. So next
people are saying needs more ambience and stuff like that.
Yeah,
people are also calling out an ID of yours that sounds like this. Maybe you know what they're
see, I don't know.
about?
I don't know.
There's so many Ellis IDs floating out.
There is. What are people saying? I'm trying to kind of catch up on the chat now.
I'm seeing that they stole the idea from the Ellis ID, which I don't know if I'd say that, but
which one?
But yeah,
a couple people guys? Which one?
I think the melody is one of your unreleased tracks you showed me some time ago. Oh, you were showing people unreleased tunes, eh?
Am I? Guys, which tune is it? It's bugging me now.
Tune?
I don't even know.
Link
myself.
in the chat.
Yeah. All right.
Cool. No, dude, that was fun.
Awesome stuff. So, next up we have Asla.
Okay.
Labeled as Future House. This one.
Oh. Future House, you say?
Loust. We're not picking winners today, but that's something that we're going to do at a later date. Today we're just listening through and giving feedback.
And you're all winners.
Yeah.
Seriously. These are all so good.
Let me get funky.
Nice chords again.
Let me get funky.
I'm not sure if it's a purposeful choice, but in the drop, like the melody and the chords and the bass don't feel like aligned to each other, like not quantized together. And in the nature of a drop that's supposed to sound kind of tight, and I kind of understand the intention, I think everything would sound tighter if it was all like, if you're like more mindful of the
little more on the
transients
grid.
Yeah.
Let me get funky.
Like here, it sounds tighter now. Yeah.
Let me get funky.
I think the kick drum as well could be a bit punchier, or again, like maybe just completely replacing the kick drum to something with a little bit more attack to it.
Yeah, especially because in that first section, everything was very stuttery.
Yeah.
The kick didn't have a moment in that kind of.
As well, with the lead idea is really cool, but I think it seems a little bit dry or static almost. Even just adding some automation on the pitch or a vibrato or something can really help that. Okay. Orri, what do you think?
It was good. I think exactly what you said. The lead to me was very like, I don't want to say flat, but it just felt very like choppy. Yeah. And like I was mentioning, in that first half of the drop, everything was very like stuttered and arranged in a certain way, and the kick didn't have its own moment in that. And so that kind of lost me a little bit. Yeah,
I agree with you. I agree. But really cool idea. Like again, I can totally see where you're going with that, direction wise. But I think it's more of a mixing thing and maybe a sound design thing. Like, just screw around with that lead and don't be afraid to just chuck things on it that you wouldn't usually do, and you never know what you can come across, is the way that I kind of stumble across certain sounds in my project.
And I think if you're going to keep the lead at that kind of like, you're saying dry or whatnot, like it's like adding the little note fills in between the main melody. The melody was kind of like bump, bump, bump. Like it was very.
It's very straight
on the grid. Yeah, very straight.
Yeah,
we wanted a little funky,
Yeah, man, funky. But nice work, Asla. Keep it up. Next we have VNCNT, which I imagine you pronounce as Vincent.
I'd hope so.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. 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 Wow.
Oh, if this is going where I think it's going, I'm going to be very happy with this one.
Ooh. Vibey, man. Vibey. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That synth is really nice.
As a bass player first, you must really enjoy this.
Yes, I'm loving this one, man. This one's very musical as well. I mean, that little Jacob Collier banjo lick or whatever that was. That was cool, man.
A little like two-steppy there.
Yeah. I think that could be a little bit tighter, personally. That little section there.
Yeah, I'm hearing Disclosure vibes in the chat.
Yeah, major Disclosure vibes. I really like this one.
This is great.
Yeah.
This gets my vote.
It's very creative. Creativity points so far go to Vincent. Nice work, man. Okay, so for me, that was the idea is so solid that, like, with the kind of little weird flexy like moments in there. That's cool. The only thing for me is the kick drum. Like I think that kick sample has been used like many times personally.
And what kick drum sample is that?
It's the one that like Mesto used like back in the day.
Okay.
But
So
I
take
remember,
note, everybody.
I just think that kick drum is it's had its time. I think because everyone just jumped on using that kick drum sample, and I think more so just for this style of music where it's a little bit more indie rather than EDM. Like you can get away with cooler samples. Maybe like a hip hop style kick would work better there.
It's interesting because I noticed something about the kick. I didn't know if I really liked it or if
it's very bright and it's very
it was
knotty.
but I noticed it.
Yeah, it's I think mainly I don't think that kick sample suits that kind of style personally. But that's just me. Literally I have nothing else to say about that one. Solid work.
Oh, we got Vincent in the chat too.
What's up, Vincent?
We're saying that. I'm not even gonna ask if we're saying that right. We're saying that right for sure. Yeah, Vincent, that was like stellar. You get 2 thumbs up for me.
Solid work, dude. Solid work. Very, very
solid.
yeah. Very creative.
What a banger.
Right.
Awesome.
Moving on.
All right. Who's next?
Our next remix is by Hubrem or Hubrem.
Okay.
And that lead sounds a little bit off key to me.
Yeah.
Trancy.
Yeah, that just might not be the right.
Right
note
that first note is. I would change that first note. Yeah, that's a really nice sound.
I'm back at 80 at the gas houder at 4 in the morning.
It is that sort of tune.
Yeah.
I think a bit of an energy drop there. If you were in a club,
yeah,
I think that would
a
be
little
quite
too
noticeable.
ethereal.
Yeah. That's cool. I really like understand the intention of this track. There's just a few things for me that I'm not overly keen on. That the little gap, the extra bar or whatever it is before the drop hits. If you're a DJ and you were playing that, it's just not a very DJ friendly thing to do.
That would mess you up a little.
Yeah,
for sure.
it would. Yeah.
Especially in this genre. Like drum code vibes.
Yeah, it's very cool. Cool. Nice one, Hugh.
Someone in the chat said Halloween House.
It is like that, isn't it? Especially with
has
that
that, like,
note that's like not quite in key.
Yeah, that creepy axe killer house,
Yeah,
right? That's
Axe Killer House. Yeah, nice work, dude. Okay, so
cool. I dig it. Yeah, just that lead melody being like a little off is the only real feedback I have. And then yeah, I think the
yeah,
keeping songs like that DJ friendly with how you structure them,
yeah.
nothing, no odd bars here and there is always key.
Absolutely. Like if I can hear that the intention is for it to be like a DJ tool kind of track at festivals and or whatever, and it definitely would work. But those little bits would probably put a DJ off playing that in their set because it can throw the whole set off. But that's just a little tip. Right. Next up we have MD Remix, but the artist is called Marcus Dempsey, so I'm assuming that's the artist name, either MD or Marcus Dempsey.
I would suggest you go with Marcus Dempsey because MD will never be searchable.
Yes, I agree.
There'll be 1,000 doctors before you.
Literally.
So baby, let's up it tonight. Let me get funky.
I think straight up for me the kick drum again, and the clap. I'd switch them out for something a little bit more.
And I don't
Fitting.
understand the need for the tempo change.
Yeah, I get it. It's a creative kind of. It's a creative idea, but I don't think it's necessarily.
Yeah, I don't think it's
maybe.
necessary because tempo changes are always very risky.
Yeah.
They actually like offend me a little bit as a like DJ first. I'm always like, oh, why'd you do that? Especially because if it goes back into the bridge and it slows down and then
Yeah,
it like speeds back up, I'm like, why not just find a way to make it the one tempo?
Yeah,
I understand
think-
the tempo change midway through and then ending it on another tempo, but if you're going like up and down and up and down, it's like
It's
tough.
you gotta think about the dance floor with that sort of thing. I think
Yeah.
if there's no purpose for a tempo change, then I wouldn't do it unless you have a solid reason of why you put it in. For example, in when you're remixing, like I don't know, if you're remixing an Ed Sheeran tune where the BPM is like 90 and you want to make it 128, it makes sense to kind of do that drop and then build it up for the drop. But if there's not a drastic kind of difference between the two tracks, I personally wouldn't do it. But let's keep listening.
We gon' get you through this. Just for one more.
Okay, back into the tempo.
Yeah.
Baby, let's up it tonight.
I think it was Axwell did this on a Halsey remix, and it just
Yeah,
kills it for me.
I think Brooks did it in the remix he did for Sia or Zayn, and I think it works in that context because the original song is so slow. But here I don't think it needs it.
Let me get funky.
Okay, cool. It's a really cool idea. I really like how it follows the original melody. I think that's cool, and
Mm-hmm.
to bring it into that world, it really helps. I think the lead sound was maybe a little bit too, like, I don't know what the word is. It sounds very metallic and a little bit too piercing, I think.
Yeah, I think it sounded like 2013, 14 electro EDM-y kind of like.
Yeah,
vibe.
it's like that
Yeah.
very, very big sound that, you know, I think it's kind of dangerous to tap into that world because it's so like oversaturated. But I totally get the idea of the remix, and it definitely works. So nice
Yeah,
work.
so the original is like 110, 115,
116, I think.
that.
Around
116?
that mark.
Okay. And so you could take all the elements from the original, speed them up into the 120s, like this was 128 and 126, whatever it is, and like I think it was 128, and like it would still work. It's not like the tempo changes needed to cover a bunch of ground. So to me, it's just like, why? I don't know.
Yeah. I'm
going to be very biased when it comes to tempo changes that are unnecessary.
I can tell you don't like tempo changes. That's funny, man.
You learn one thing about me, is I don't like tempo changes.
There you go. You heard it first. Okay. Moving on, we've got a tech house remix from Paisley.
We gon' make you move. We gon' make you lose. We gon' make you move. So baby, let's up it tonight. Let me get funky.
Okay.
Okay.
Fisher.
Let me get funky. We gon' make you move. We gon' make you move. We gon' make you move from side to side. We gon' make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this just for one more high. So baby, let's up it tonight. We gon' make you move. We gon' make you move. We gon' make you move. We gon' make you move.
Okay then.
We gon' make you move from side to side. We gon' make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this just for one more high. So baby, let's up it tonight. We gon' make you move from side to side. We gon' make you lose all inside.
I think that sounds a little bit dry in this section.
just for one more.
Maybe like a reverb would help.
I feel
that out.
like this remix is 70%.
Yeah. I again, I keep saying this,
Like,
but I
you
can totally
spend
hear
more
the
time on
intention. Yeah, I think some of the sounds could be like dirtier, or you know, I mean that kind of really high pitched like descending thing in the drop. Maybe like a Hoover type sound, like a really detuned wide thing could fit better in that.
I also feel like this build leads better to the drop
Yeah. Okay.
than the first one did.
I actually prefer the way that the last drop comes in to the rest of them. I feel like I would switch the sections around, like I'd have that drop first, so so that the track builds a little bit more. Nice. Cool. So I think
Okay.
like
Yeah, second
what Orri
half
said.
had more.
Yeah, it again like we keep mentioning this today, but I think that it's so important to have like the right kick for your track. And in my opinion, that kick didn't feel like it did like the track justice. Like against the bass line. Again, it felt like a little bit too clean, like a kick that, like a Fisher type kick, you know, those really dirty, like kind of muffled sounding ones would have worked really well there, I think. Or like if you've ever checked out a producer called Noizu, his kicks and stuff are super sick, so check him out.
And if you haven't checked out a producer named Noizu, you should definitely check out
100%.
Noizu. He's insane. Yeah, dude, I would say for me that was like, and again, these competitions are kind of tough because you have a period of time. You know, you gotta download your stems, you gotta start building your idea, and then you gotta get it to a point that's ready to submit. With that one, I would say like, you know, they were able to get 70% of the way there with an idea. But there were a bunch of things like that first drop we didn't anticipate the type of drop, which is good. Like I like a surprise, but there's things that you can do in the build leading up to it that make you go like, you know, it's going to be unexpected, but it's anticipated
you kind
to
of
a certain
know
degree.
the
And it wasn't at
coming.
all.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely ways you could do that, like taking that bass sound and putting it in the build for a start, and really filtering it out, making it super subtle, taking out the bass, you know, maybe putting a bit of reverb on it to just wash it out. Things like that can like really help the listener subconsciously understand that a certain type of rhythm or groove is coming.
And that's the thing, it has to be subconscious. If you're too obvious about it, it feels like the drop comes flat. But if it's too unexpected, then like, you know, you want to like start moving on that first beat of the drop. You don't want to have to like orientate yourself and then get going. Like that's kind of the challenge, right?
In pretty much all the best tech house, in my opinion, the bass line just doesn't stop. It just keeps going through the entire track, but in the breaks it's just filtered out. It just gives people a breather to kind of like catch their breath on the dance floor, and like it's still in their head. They're like, okay, this is a cool bass line. I can't wait to hear it again in 30 seconds time. That's how a tech house works.
Yeah. And then that's where I think, you know, once you have like they had a really good idea here. They came up with an original idea, you know, it's not like they're biting anyone's style, but that's when you take that idea and you start to reference like the songs in that sound, that style genre that like do it really well, and be like, okay, what am I missing? You know, a percussive element, you know, like that's where you start to get that reference going. And then you're not like copying anyone. You're just making sure that you're not missing anything.
Yeah.
I think is like very 100%, crucial.
100%, man. Like it again, it fits in that like DJ Tool sort of track. And if that track is like missing a crucial element that every other tune in the DJ set has, then you're going to notice it. And I think that's why referencing is really important. But yeah, an overall solid remix. Nice work. I think that was Paisley. Yeah, Paisley. Okay. Next we have Thunder.
Let's lose them. Let's lose them.
Very cool.
Whoa.
Again, it's the kick drum for me. I'm not gonna lie. I think in general the kick's just a little bit too loud compared to the bass.
Well, I think the song, it feels a lot quieter
than
a lot of the other ones. So it's probably just some mixed stuff that needs to get done.
nice.
Oh,
Interesting.
like cathedral organ.
Yeah, it's creepy,
style.
man. It's like Halloween again. And where did this come from?
Whoa. If this doesn't go into psytrance, I'll be very upset.
Yeah.
Oh. Are we gonna get a hard style kick?
Yeah. Let's see what's coming.
Some bonks?
Let's lose them.
Okay.
I definitely
I dig it.
I dig the psytrance feel to it.
And so it's not psytrance. It's not psytrance tempo.
No, but it has
it's
that
what-
bass, that like
Well,
whatever you call
and
that
so
bass.
Infected Mushroom would call this Brazilian bass. That's
Okay.
like the Brazilian bass sound.
Yeah.
That's what they call it. And I was like, I've never heard of that before. And
It's got like
Indeed,
that
it's,
knocking
it's a
sort of
thing.
sound to it. It's really cool, man.
cool. I dig it. Can we get through a couple more?
Yeah.
We got maybe one or two left.
Yeah, let's go for Sparky.
Right.
We gon' make you move. We gon' make you loose.
Dope chords.
Make you move. So baby, let's open tonight.
That Nile Rodgers on the guitar.
Yeah, yeah, it's giving me that very, very disco vibe already. Oh, that bass is cool, man. That bass is cool.
Let me get funky.
What is this? This is wild.
Yeah,
I'm getting like 80s, like
yeah. It's like so many genres just come together at once. The bass line's really cool. It's very new disco. It's got like the bass line has that purple disco machine vibe to it.
Yes. Absolutely.
It's so funky.
Like I feel like Prince is gonna come out and drop
Yeah.
a verse on this, or so, you know? Like,
Literally, man.
oh man.
Okay, back to the break. Those chords are really very nice. They're very simple but very nice.
Hmm.
We gon' make you move from side to side. We gon' make you lose all inside your mind.
It
I love that one.
really suits the vocal.
Just for one more
These
night.
chords.
So baby, let's orbit tonight. We gon' make you move from side to side. We gon' make you lose.
The guitars are really cool as well.
Oh dude, this part is everything.
Just for one more night. So baby, let's orbit tonight.
Here we go. Woo! No way. Is this a real solo?
It sounds like a real solo. Just
Have we got Sparky in the
shredding.
chat? Sparky.
I hope so.
Sparky, is this a real guitar solo? I mean, it's gotta be. It's
Sparky,
got
do
the
not
melody in there.
apologize.
I'm loving this. He said yes.
This is great.
Dude, that's sick. The guitar work is literally insane on this. Dude, I need you to play on some of my tunes. This is crazy.
Let it ride out. I don't want this to stop.
Yeah, I'm not bored. Dude, it was actually 4 minutes, that tune. Damn, that is impressive stuff right there, guys.
Wow.
Wow.
I want a performance video. I want
bro.
that to like be a thing. Can we make that happen?
Sparky, I need you
awesome.
to film yourself playing that or something so I know that you're not lying.
Can we get
crazy.
Sparky on the stream here?
Yeah. That was sick. That was like,
That was dope.
for me, that was the most creative one yet.
Mm-hmm.
That was a
And
real,
like so many different things.
Yeah.
It went in so many. It was like a journey through time. We had some like
yeah.
80s, all American dad rock, and then some like, high fashion disco kind of like vibes.
Yeah.
And then
You know
just
that
it
tune,
ended on this like nice groove.
You know that tune, Mode Step, obviously, Orri. But
I've heard of them.
from their like really like one of their older albums, there's a tune on there, I can't remember what it's called, but it literally like goes through loads of different styles, like each verse is in a different genre. But it just reminded me of that. Like obviously that's dubstep, but it had that kind of vibe to it, I think.
Yeah, dude, that was
Wow.
that was really fun.
Okay.
I would be listening to that one again for sure.
Okay, we've got time for a few more, so which one do we pick? Let's go with Denro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Different from the last one.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
for sure.
very different. There's one sound in that comes after the like wob, which seems a little bit like ever so slightly out of time.
Okay.
From side to side, we gon' make you lose. Oh, inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this. Just for one more high. So baby, let's orbit tonight. We gon' make you move. From side to side, we gon' make you lose. Oh, inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this. Just for one more high. So baby, let's orbit tonight. Let me get funky.
I love the bass note. It comes at the end of this bar. It's like
Yeah. Nice. Bit of variation. Always good in a second drop. Yeah, someone in the chat said it's like bro hug. Yes, definitely. Yeah, I think this is really cool. Like, sorry, let's just pause that. It's I really liked how you, if you're in the chat, Denro, I really liked how you kind of kept it interesting throughout. Like, there wasn't much, like, even though bits were like repeated in the drop, there was still variation. Like a little sound would pop in that you haven't heard already, which is really nice.
Cool. Let's do 2 more.
All right, let's do 2 more.
2 more. What do you got?
Let's do Affa and Cole Phillips remix. Apologies if I've said your names wrong.
We gon' make you move from side to side. We gon' make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this just for one more night. So baby, let's all get
Different vibe again.
Mm-hmm.
gon' make you move from side to side. We gon' make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this just for one more night. So baby, let's all make tonight. Let me get funky.
Okay.
That's cool. Is that like a vocoder or something? That's
Sounds like it.
We gon' make you move.
I dig that.
We gon' make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this. Just
Yeah, someone said, I swear every remix is a whole different vibe. It literally is. We've not had one that sounds like another one.
I think this is the first like halftime.
Yeah.
Anything we've
I
heard.
think it is, yeah.
gon' make you move
Cool.
from side to side. We gon' make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this just for one more. So baby, let's all make tonight. Let me get funky.
It's really, really well mixed, this one.
Yeah, considering how much is going
Yeah.
on.
It reminds me of Mo Fork stuff a little bit. That kind of like squelchy sound. I don't know if that's the right word to use. Nice. What are your thoughts, Orri?
I dig that. That one had a it gave me like nostalgic Monstercat-y kind of
Yeah,
vibes,
it's very
you know?
uplifting,
I
isn't it?
dig that. Yeah, I dig that. Almost reminded me of like a Laszlo or like something
Yeah,
like that.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say the same.
That was good. I liked it.
I think feedback wise, a little bit of quick feedback. I think maybe there could have been a little bit of variation in the drop, just something a little bit different, because it's a very like kind of straight repetitive melody. But that's just me. Okay.
Yeah, I think even like adding some little fills at the
Yeah.
end of the second and the fourth bar, and just kind of like, you know,
Just something to like little subconscious things again to keep the listener's attention. Right, last one. Who are we going for?
last one. What's it gonna be?
Do. Okay, let's go for. Let's go for. Simon Person.
All right, what you got, Simon?
Show us what you got.
Whoa. some like Tomorrowland, make some noise.
Yeah. It reminds me of a lot of like the old kind of future bounce stuff that was around in 2015, was it? I think.
Yeah.
Let's lose our
Let me get funky.
Nice.
I like this. It's like almost like a Dead Mouse electro kind of bass line, like a very cheeky, like. Kinda,
Yeah, it's cool, man.
Yeah.
It's very swung, and it really reminds me
Mhm.
of that kind of that like older future bouncy sound, and also like that what you said, the kind of Dead Mouse stuff. I think
Yeah, like animal rights, like bass line.
yeah,
You know, like
literally.
that era. But no, that I think somebody mentioned in the chat, and I would agree. Like the mix needed a bit of work on there, where the kick and everything felt very loud, and everything else kind of just sat underneath it. And a song like that, you want it to have like high energy, dynamic range. You want it to feel a bit fuller, and that kind of was like very squashed under that kick and bass.
I agree with you. I think it's what a lot of what we've said today is always down to the kick, isn't it? There you go. Like
It's all about the kick.
the kick is so important in dance music.
Critical.
Kind of nailing that relationship. Yeah.
Dude, what a batch of amazing remixes.
Honestly,
I'm like thoroughly impressed.
Me too. So
Awesome.
we will have another listen through these, like, and all the ones that we missed today as well, and we'll pick some winners, right?
Definitely.
I guess that's the plan.
Awesome.
So,
dude, I want to thank you for having us all here and listening through all this and sharing.
Well, thank
your
you for
thoughts,
joining
man.
me with your wonderful ears.
Course.
It's
Anytime.
been a pleasure,
dude.
bro.
And yeah,
It's been a pleasure.
to the 80 people that are still hanging out with us in chat after an hour and a half, thank you to everyone who submitted. Thank you to everyone who's hanging out. If you don't already sub to Ellis's channel, you should absolutely do that. He puts up some awesome videos on YouTube, tons of great like production tips and tricks and like track breakdowns and hilarious shenanigans with his friends, and all that fun stuff. So I would highly recommend just checking out all of his other content. It's really great stuff, and hopefully can help you guys all elevate your production games. But
Thank you.
yeah,
bro.
that was awesome. Shout out to all the Label Radar community. 'cause,
Yes.
man,
Massive shout out.
they crush it every time.
Yeah, big ups to the Label Radar fam, the Monstercat fam, and everyone who submitted a remix. Like everyone who submitted a remix. That is crazy. And thank you for taking the time to work on something that I have worked on and make it into your own. I think it's really cool to see what you guys have done with it. And yeah, some really sick stuff in there.
Cool. All right. Let's leave it at that.
Okie
You guys all have a
dokie.
good day.
Have a good day. Have a good evening,
man.
wherever you are. And I'll see you guys soon. Ori, hopefully I'll see you at ADE, bro. Hopefully.
Yes. And anyone who wants to come and hang out with us, we will. Fingers crossed, we will all be there.
Fingers crossed.